Like, subscribe, and leave a comment. You know what time it is.
Make sure.
Today's a special episode. You got none other than the one and only
Astaxx.
Astaxx, Stat Bundles. I call him Stat Bundles for life. You know what I'm saying? This is my brother right here. Trust me.
Duffel bag rare.
Yeah, man, like rare. You get me? AKA ads.
So beginning of this whole thing now. Everyone that's tuned in, I want everyone to know that we got more episodes coming. More and more episodes coming. The TULSE series is not finished yet, so keep tuning in because we've got so many more videos.
Many more stories to tell.
Trust me. So first of all, Stax, when did you first come to TULSE? Because I don't. When did you first come to TULSE? Because he wasn't always in TULSE.
He went straight in. He leaned back as well. Like, when did you come to the hill?
But you don't want to talk about what school? Alright, cool.
I came to the hill when I was about 11, because I lived in a new estate. Do you know what I mean? Remember that only got built.
Yeah. When later on, yeah.
You know what I mean? That's where Tulse Boys School used to be and that.
Yeah.
So they built that estate, and then man was the first tenants in that yard, and everyone that was in that estate had come from a different area. Do you know what I mean?
So where was you living before that?
In Kennerton. Like Black Prince Road. I used to live in one tall tower block, you get me? But then one day, you know what I mean, there was some mad explosion in the basement. You get me? Like blew out the windows.
What, they
the
moved
whole
it?
block from there, man, got moved still.
Straight to the hill.
Yeah, straight to
the hill.
From Kennerton to the hill.
Man. So did you go primary school in Tulse?
I went 3 different primary schools. You know
3?
What I mean? So on my last one, I went to Holy Trinity.
Oh, the one just down the road?
Opposite the spa.
Yeah.
You get
I remember that. Yeah,
I went there, but that was just for year 6. Like before that, I done a year. I'm talking like man's in jail or something, but I done a year up in like Beckenham. Cause my mum was working like in Penge, so for 1 year, my uncle had a business in Penge, so my mum was working up there, and then for like 1 year I went to a school up there. The only black kid, probably me and my sister, and a couple others. Do you know what I mean?
How was that experience?
It was sick, you know. like at the time, it was sick. Do you know what I mean? It was calm, fam. You know, like I had a little girlfriend there. Like it was calm. I hope my kids up. It was calm, bro. It was calm. Like.
What about secondary school? What secondary school did you go to?
I went to Kingsdale.
Kingsdale.
Yeah. But you was only there for the early years. You was there for like 2 years or something, and in and out. You weren't there every day, and that. You weren't there every day.
Where was you, bro?
With you, man.
Nah. You threw a chair at the teacher. You threw a chair at the teacher.
I had the madness in the class with the teacher. They just, the teachers used to always get onto me still. Staxx was my guy in school still.
That's
any madness, bro. Them man, they had man still.
Come on, fam.
Real
Old
ones.
school. Old school.
Yeah, real ones.
Yeah, fam. Like, remember man's surname and that, you know? Like that's how old school it is, man. No, obviously, I'm not gonna say it, you know what I mean? But that's how you know man's old school. Man.
No, innit? We was in the same class, everything.
You
was focused in school though, innit?
Say again?
You was focused in school still.
Early years, yeah.
Yeah, early years.
Early years.
Early years.
Yeah, fam. But then after, yeah.
So how was it going to Kingsdale? Because Kingsdale was like it's like a proper like gang school. For me personally, every time everyone I knew went Kingsdale just had to join a gang. You had to join a gang to survive in Kingsdale.
Yeah, it's like you're just depending on your mentality, you know, because when I think about it now, there was dons at the front of the class that came and done their thing, fam.
And then left.
In the maddest school, you know what I mean? And people call the maddest. Yeah, they done their thing, got their grades. Yeah. Even some of the people that was doing the most still got good grades.
Smart. Still. Yeah.
You know the way there, fam?
Yeah.
There's certain man that was out there fully, and it's like you'd think, and when they tell you their grades, it's like, yo, you got better grades than me. You know what I mean? But, that's how it was. And then, yeah, bro. What was the question?
How was it going Kingsdale?
It was just mad. Like for me, I just went off track at a certain stage. Do you know what I mean?
What year would you would say that you went off track, like in school years?
Probably like sort of year 9 sort of times. You know what I mean? That's when it just started doing certain things, and just started doing the wrong thing, fam. But man was just like too easily influenced. Do you know what I mean, fam? And I feel like at that age, wherever I was, I would have probably done that. Do you know what I mean? What the thing was to do. Do you know what I mean? So that became like that's the thing to do. So man started doing that, but that's what man should have done. Do you know what I mean? Really?
Because you used to play ball. I remember we used to play ball in Chalice. This is old school. I'm talking about when we was proper young. And the reason why I liked you is because you supported Man United. And you was a hard Man United supporter. You know them guys that have the passion? Them guys that will fight you. Them man there. That's why I said, yeah, Astaxx is my brethren. We went to the cage, playing football. I saw you with your Man United. I was like, oh, you support Man U? He's like, yeah, of course. I was like, what? Don't lie. Yeah, don't know. And we played a little ball. And I remember we used to kick ball. That's how I kind of got to know everyone, because I always used to go Chalice and kick ball. And from people from my side, like Aaron and all them guys, 12-inch little brothers and that. That's why I used to go, and that's how we linked. But so you're saying, what, year 9 it went downhill, kind of?
Yeah, in a sense, just because, just not doing the right thing. Do you know what I mean?
Bad influences, you say?
Yeah, bad influences, and just not being set in yourself. You know what I mean? About like, this is the right thing to do. Do you know what I mean? Because you always know what the wrong thing is. Yeah. You know what I mean, fam? So, yeah, it's just, that's what it was. I think it was just an environment thing more than anything. Because, like I say, if I was in like some different place, I don't think I would have been doing certain things I was doing. Do you know what I mean? So
how was it growing up in Tulse? So you'd finish school, come back to the hill. How was it like? Because you came from New Estate. Remember all these interviews I've been doing? All high trees. Everyone from high trees got a different perspective. How was it like growing up in New Estate?
I think New Estate was like the best place in Tulse, fam.
I beg to differ still. You know what I mean? I beg to differ.
You know what I mean, fam? It was, innit?
Your hands in the back. Yeah,
our bit was just so
down there, innit?
And New Estate,
our bit was just
High Cheese was lit though. Because everyone from New Estate come to High Cheese as well though. Everyone.
Yeah, but
High Cheese was so legendary, innit? I like. Why is High Cheese so legendary?
High Cheese is legendary. That's a big fact.
High Cheese is big though. That's why it's like a.
It's a whole. But New Estate was just bad.
New Estate, once
everyone that lived in New Estate was bad.
Do you know why New Estate was sick? Because it's one way in and one way out.
That's crazy.
Why.
Yeah, real.
So it's like, right, you better know someone. You can't go there if you don't know no one. You know
that's a fact, bro. That's a fact, but it was like, and just the different people that was there. You know what I mean, fam? All in this little bit.
Yeah, that was the man. That was
the
bare different characters.
So people are coming from.
That was bare characters.
Hey, crazy fun, but yeah, man. Yeah, so what was the question?
How was it growing up in New Estate?
Yeah, New Estate. Lit. I don't want to talk too much on the camera, fam, but like it was just like, mad, yeah, bro. It was just for me like. It was more varied, innit? Because from young, my mum was making me go to church. You know what I mean? So every Sunday, like, so man had that sort of balance. My mum was really on church and everything. Do you know what I mean? So it's like man had that balance, but then when man started like hanging out or whatever, doing certain things, it's like that started kind of attracting man more. You know what I mean, fam? So now I'm doing certain things and that, and it's just the people around, man. Everyone's just gassed, innit? Like basically, you know, and I'm linking you.
You know it was a madness then. That's
what I'm saying, fam. So I think we were all just gassed and just needed more guidance and just needed to do the right thing. But yeah, New Estate was just, it was the best and the worst, innit? You know what I mean?
I used to love coming to your house. I'm not going to lie to you, bro, because your house is always lit. I'm not going to lie. I come to your house, your mum's trying to invite me in the kitchen, give me food. Your sister's doing something, your brother's playing music. Mo's in the bedroom trying to bang Pro. And he thought he was bad. We used to smash him. Then it was like a war in the room for like 2 hours. It was sick. I used to love you. I used to love coming to your house. Love it. All your brothers, everything. You know what I'm saying? So, growing up with like your brothers and stuff, yeah. How was that? Because you got kind of a few brothers. I got a lot of brothers as well. When you grow up with a lot of brothers, like you have mad experiences with them. So how was it like growing up with your brothers and that?
It was great, man. It was great, bro. Like, You know, that's the people you love the most, innit? Your siblings, your mum, your dad, you know. And I love my bros to death, bro. You know what I mean? And my sister. I got 3 brothers, 1 sister. Obviously, like, everyone's got their own characters. You know what I mean? That's the beautiful thing about it. Fam. Like, everyone has got traits from when they were younger that you still see now. You know what I mean? So we was this from then. You know what I mean? Yeah, fam. Obviously, we had our little arguments, fights in the house and that. You know, bang man in the face, but not really though. You know?
The half-hearted ones. But you want to do it, but you don't want to do it. Yeah, it's mad.
Just push your man's face with your fist and that. You know what I mean, fam? But like, yeah, like it was good though, man. It was good, bro. You know.
So what? Tell me some of the tell me the craziest experience you had growing up. What's the craziest experience? Everyone that sits here, I've got an experience with everyone. Every single person that sits in this chair that I interview, I've got the maddest experience.
So you tell me the maddest experience.
Okay, boom. One day we went Chakadero.
Yeah.
That day, bro. Brother, that day was the scariest day of my life, brother.
That wasn't the scariest day.
No, not for me, for you, brother.
For me?
Yeah, because they tried to murder my brother.
But that still ain't the scariest day of your life for me.
Okay. Oh, wait, yeah. That one's a little bit mad. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. If we're thinking about the house.
Nah, boy, you know, we're not going to talk about that.
No, we can't come and put that one in.
There's a few things in it.
Mad. I can't.
That's why, you know, man just has to thank God that man's, you know,
still alive. That's it. But I remember that time we went to
flourishing. You get me?
And man still look flat.
Come on.
So yeah, that experience there was mad because we went Chakadero that day. I don't remember what we went Chakadero. I think we was just on a hike.
Yeah, so we always used to go Chakadero every Friday, maybe Saturday.
Yeah.
We was just so gas, fam. Like, why are we going Chakadero every Friday, fam?
It's the city, bro. It's lights.
Yeah, but it's like we just didn't know nothing, fam. Like, why don't you just get a flight to Italy?
It's true.
Just go somewhere different, fam.
It's just wasting
the
money
flat,
on the arcade.
you know what I mean, fam? Like
flats at £30, £40.
Not to go on for the tangent, but like certain shubs and that we used to go to, or raves and that, dead raves, fam. We should have just been putting that money on a holiday, fam. We've never done that, fam. You know what I mean?
That's real.
But yeah, so we gone Chakadero, but normally we go with a bag of man in it. You know what I mean? At least like 8, 10. Something like that, you know what I mean?
Minimum 4, 3, yeah.
Yeah, but in this day, it's just me and Rare. You know what I mean? So then, I can't believe I'm telling this story right now still. So, we gone to, we're walking up by the Tiger now, you get me? Just me and Rare, you know what I mean? And then there's a bag of youths walking towards man now, innit? You get me? So obviously they're walking and we're walking in it, and it's like some dumb ego thing where we're not gonna, you know what I mean, fam, and they're obviously not. So it gets to the thing where man's barred shoulders now, innit, with one youth, and then obviously from there it was just on top, fam. You know the way that
man.
Obviously man's going at it or whatever, trying to go at it, but man's overpowered, innit?
Man overpowered. Yeah, man overpowered.
Yeah, one of them bottled. Man got bottled and that, you know what I mean? Boom. And then that's all I really remember about it, fam. To be honest.
The youths was, bruv, we was trying to fight 10 youths. But I said to you, Astaxx, there's bear in them. I said it to you, but I don't know what was in your head that day. It's like you didn't listen to me. I said, Astaxx, there's bear in them. But obviously my I haven't got a great part in it. So if he's going at it, well, I'm going at it. Yeah. So they're like, yeah, 1-on-1. Yeah. And I'm like, oh no, 1-on-1 where? There's about 10 youths, bruv. How's it going to be a 1-on-1? Because I know me, if it was us, we're rushing you straight away. It's automatic. So the youth, Astaxx is fighting you, headlock the youth, mashing up the youth, you know. And then one youth is just come out with bow. And I've said, what? So I've run over now, banged some other youth, and then before I know, I see Astaxx falling. I'm like, what the hell are you done? So I switched and picked up something and start chasing the youths. And they're like, I'm gonna die! And I was getting ready to rip off me. You know when you start moving mad? I'll die right now, it's my brethren! You ain't gonna die! Yeah! Start screaming. So the youths have got shook now and they've run off. But then obviously, to get Astaxx up, say, what's going on? And then like, it was just, from that moment there, I was shook because you wasn't waking up. I was like, what the hell, bruv? And then I'm holding you, it was like, have you seen that movie, Boys Boys in Northern.
Oh shit.
Brother, it was like that.
yo,
But you know what the
In
man
the
is?
rain. I man's in the rain.
Brother, I'm holding my brother like this and I'm crying, bro. I'm
You know
crying.
that man got popped or something. Just get me some water. Just get me some water. I'll be good. No, that was screaming. Just get me some water, bro. But that one was mad for me because obviously I don't remember none of that, fam. I don't remember any of it. Do you know what I mean, fam? I even had like 200 or 300 pound in my jeans, fam, that day, yeah. And I didn't even remember it, fam. I just found it like time later. Do you know what I mean? And then when we got back on the ends now, it's like this is like a week after it happened. And then boom, it's like obviously man's not gonna say no names, but we're out there now.
Go on, sit.
But you know, like when you have a madness of ends, you come back to ends, yeah. If one man got messed up, then everyone says, "So what happened to you?" Then
Trust me, it was mad.
So that's what I was trying to say. Do you remember if I have it that time?
Who is it?
I'm never gonna say that name, bro.
What happened?
Bro, do you know who it was, right? Say the name, fam.
I can't even remember. I can't even remember.
I was saying, bro, like you should move to him, like get back at the. Do you remember that?
Brother, I think I remember who you're talking about, and I was like, bruv, what are you talking about, blood?
Yeah. But obviously, I was just like, nah, obviously, like, it's whatever, you know what I mean, fam? Yeah, bro. But that's just one out of many madnesses, fam. You know what I mean?
But that was a mad experience for me because I saw your mum before I left, and you know what? It's mad. I was holding when man was with you. I was like, bruv, what am I gonna say to his mum? But I felt mad guilty. Like I felt guilty. Like I felt like I could. But the thing happened so fast that it was nothing I could have done. If even if I tried, there was nothing I could have done. Only thing I could have done was try and move to the youths after and try and get them away. You know what I'm saying?
No, you're right though. You're right.
It happened so fast. If you saw how fast it happened, it was mad. I was thinking about, I don't know why that day I was just thinking about your mum, fam. Because you know what it is, we left your house to go Chocodero. That's why I was thinking like that, and it was in my head, bro. And when we got back to the ends, I was like, bro, you alright? You're like, yeah, I'm cool, bruv. I'm cool. I'm like, brother, are you alright, bro? And I was saying that to you, and he was like, "No, man, I'm cool." Then I think we all cut. I think you went home. That day I went through Rupo. You know that way to my mum's, and you went that way to yours. Yeah. And that was it. I didn't see you for like a week, and then my man's talking crap about why did both of you get when you get touched, you got touched. I'm like, brother, what are you talking about, blood? Man was there with him.
Was this in the park? No, in Chocodero.
No, this was in the park.
This was in the park.
Yeah.
No, what you're talking about now?
Yeah.
I was walking past. I saw it. You know? I saw it over the fence and that. No, I was over the fence.
No, we was next to the park.
Situation?
No, we was next to the park.
Next to the park.
Yeah, bro. But it's just mad how all of them situations are just so normal for us.
I know, like.
Do you know what I mean, fam?
Man getting.
Why do you think that was, though?
I think that we was growing up in a culture of violence. So we generally thought it was normal.
What do you mean by a culture of violence, though?
So we saw a lot of violence growing up. You don't realise it. When you used to see crimes getting whatever used to happen to him, you used to see next man robbing man, punching man up, and you see lots of crime. But to you, it's not a normal life.
It's normal.
If you said to your child came home and said, I saw my brother get banged in the face by some youth and he robbed his phone and he pulled a knife out on him and the bare youths at the shops, and every time I walk past, they want to rush me. They're running me down. To you, you'll be like, what? You're going out there to go and kill. But to us, we was just doing that normal, and it was just a part of just our culture. It was so normal that robbing man or licking man down, someone like, I robbed that you earlier. I'm like, yeah, cool. Like, it would just be like nothing. Like, yeah, cool. Oh, did you bang him? Should we bang him now? Like, it was mad like that. We'd see someone and be like, well, you got a madness with him. And you'd be like, how come you bang him in the face? Like, it was so normal to just do violence that it became part of the culture. It was just a normal thing to do. Like, if you didn't do it, you're weird. Like when man never got nicked but everyone else is getting nicked, and you're like, "Bro, yeah, got nicked." Don't lie. Yeah, what thing got nicked? No lie. But then you're not getting nicked. You're thinking, "Bro, what's going on?" Like, I need to hold a little nicking as well to feel a little bit normal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a part of how the culture is.
It's that far.
Get nicked.
Yeah, I know.
Big man's like, yo, any first man see man's not on it. You get me?
Yeah, and it's that far to like. Yeah, when you got nicked back then, you felt like, okay,
yeah,
you know what I mean, fam? You didn't feel like, right, this is the worst thing ever. Like,
No.
Do you know what I mean, fam? That just shows you the mentality, innit?
You don't walk out the cells with cocky in it. Like, yeah, man's out of this place. You know what I'm
Man's
saying?
coming out in the suit and that, and the pimples and that.
Yeah.
Don't know about that, fam. I was coming out. My mum was, you know what I mean, is thinking my mum's
One
crying.
time I can't lie, come out like that, Reba, when I was young, and then yeah, man, I jumped on the ped straight. I came to High Cheese, and man, was like, yeah, ride the ped back to your house, because they see me like they took everything. That was the time of the shops and all that and country show madness. And then yeah, bro, they took everything, like my shoes, everything. So I had the plimsolls, cut shoe. I jumped on the ped, gone. Back to my house, got changed. Back out on the roads, because like you said, it was normal to us at that time, innit? But it's weird, man.
It's a crazy, yeah. It's just the mentality, innit? You know what I mean, fam? It's just.
What would you, if you could speak to your younger self, what would you say to your younger self?
Be brave. Stack. And just look after your loved ones. You know what I mean? That's what I would say.
Sick.
What would you say?
Buy houses.
Houses.
Buy lots of houses and get into the stock market and get all this money and don't waste a penny, bruv. Yeah, that's what I would say. I think we never had any financial guidance, but you know what? I'm lying because your mum bust me once. She gave me Rich Dad Poor Dad. I'd never forget that book because I had the little jewel in my room and I was just reading it, but I was like, this book's dead, man. I was like, Rich Dad Poor Dad, man. I need to get back to the grind. I need to hit the strip. But you see, after years, yeah, I found the book in my house. Like, how did I get this book? Perhaps says your mum's name. I was like, no way. Start reading it again, and my eyes open up to the whole world. Because when you're young, you don't realize that the money that you was making on the roads, you could have had a legit job and made the same amount of money, even more, with less risk, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
With less risk.
Only man from the ends that was working from 16 and now they got their yard, bro.
Thank you. So if man would have got on certain things from younger, learnt about credit, learnt about all of this stuff, how to manipulate debt and all this, and how to avoid taxes, bro, I would have been just a rich shoot in the ends. I'd had everything I wanted. I'd have linked the man them, still been like ha 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 ha, but I'd have just jumped in my BMW and just blow to my house every day and just wake up for work and go and do whatever I'm doing. That was where we went wrong. No one taught us about financial education of where to invest money.
Yeah, no, definitely, and that comes down to the environment as well, because everyone around, man, it sounds cliche, but everyone that looked like they was doing it, you know what I mean, was doing certain things to get that money. You know what I mean, bro? So that man saw the incentive firsthand. Like, you're with me and you're doing this now. You know what I mean, fam? So, you know, but yeah, bro. Yeah.
It's crazy. What do you think? What do you think for now about the kids nowadays? What's your opinion on the kids nowadays? Do you think they're worse than when you was growing up, or just the same, just different time?
Well, I think like with music, like with like the drill thing and everything like that, I just feel like the drill is what we was doing when we was doing grime. Do you know what I mean? Because we had the same sort of messaging a lot of the time that is in drill music now. You know what I mean, fam? You know all too well.
If you touch your smart, bang.
You know what I mean? That was that was your headline bar. You know?
Headline bar, boy, everywhere.
That would have been on the merch and everything.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Smart with a fist and that.
I'm surprised you didn't even have that, fam. Because you know what I mean?
But I remember a time that me and you should have blown in the world. We should have gone to another stage in life. I know you remember this. Croydon, bruv.
Yeah.
Yeah, that time there was a mad time because
that talent show thing.
I actually believed I was gonna blow. I had some feeling in my heart. Yeah, this is it. I'm gonna take my mum from the ghetto.
Well, you could have though. You know what I mean? I think you could have.
Nah, man. That was I felt like that was my opportunity that time.
Nah, man. I feel like look how young you was, bro. You was like 20 or something.
Nah, I was younger than that.
That's what I'm saying. How could that be your only opportunity, bro?
Nah, but I just had a feeling that
you make opportunities anyway. Like opportunities get made through time. Do you know what I mean? It's like Man United, fam. You know what I mean? Man will miss one shot, but it don't mean man can't
It's true,
man's
it's true.
creative, man will make more opportunities. You know what I mean, fam?
100%.
With your charisma, your persona, you know what I mean, fam? You'd have definitely, fam. And you was getting better and better as well. To the point where, you know, like, man's getting on tracks with Ray and it's like, like normally I might get, man. You know what I mean? But now it's like, right, like, I remember one time we went to Twixie's studio.
In Birmingham.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
No, this was like in Croydon, like South Norwood sort of.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
And we was in there, and it's like, man's trying to write this bar in it. That, you know, when the beats is playing, fam. You know what I mean? It's playing for long now, innit? So man's there, the Rare's coming past through. He's there for like half an hour, fam. I don't know if you writ the bar there or if you had it and you said that it was written already. You know what I mean? Like, but whatever, fam. Man just came in, laid it down, and you kind of just bounced.
I was on fire them times. I was on fire.
Yeah,
I was on fire.
I was listening to that track the other day, fam.
Which one?
You should cut in here. You're gonna cut in here.
What? Which one?
You should edit this and cut that track in right now.
What track is it? Though?
Wait, yeah.
Which one?
There's a couple, fam. Oh no, that one that we done that night was it was just some like American beat. It might have been a Gucci Mane beat or something like that. It was just a freestyle, fam. You know, I don't spit the same as them, but I'm singing as well. So call me an alien.
Shots on the rifle, Canadian.
Titanium.
They said they go hard. I'm on a different
wave to them.
them.
Oh my god, straight, not sideways.
Do you know what it was? I tell you. You see, growing up in Tulsa, yeah, music was a part of our culture. Like, us growing up, music was like part of who we was. It's actually made us believe that there was more to life than the little estate that we came in. Now I walk around Tulsa, it's so small. I'm like, bruv, how could I have lived in this place and thought this place was anything? I walk around, I'm like, bro, I can walk the whole estate in like 10 minutes. This means nothing to me anymore. But back in the day, it was everything. Like, I'm getting a new estate today. Hey, Astaxx, what you want? I'm coming to your house. Say no. Like, friend, what you doing? I'm coming to your house. No. Like, it was that whole estate was everything to man. But then man's grown up now, man's like...
And then deeper than that, like, Yo was saying on the last one, the whole name of the hill, fam.
Hey. Yeah, you bust one on that.
The whole name.
The whole name.
Tulse
Where Tulse will come from.
It's from a guy, like, apparently, I've done a little bit of research on it, but I'm pretty sure it's true. A guy called Henry Tulse, fam.
And it's related to William or something like that. So William.
I don't know about that, but I know that he was, like, he used to run a company, he's like a director or something of, like, apparently one of the major slavery.
That's right, yeah, because when I researched,
you know what I mean? Like one of the major slave traders. Do you know what I mean, fam? So like,
and that was all his land. The whole area was his land, isn't it? Like,
it's named after him.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean, fam? It's named after him. So it's like, that is just mad. So he got like whatever. Like he was able to have a area, a sizable area named after him, innit?
Yeah.
So he must have been doing good, making, if not dough, then like at least notoriety, not notoriety, but like status with his position doing that.
From
Do you know
the
what I mean?
trade.
Yeah, fam. So it's like, even if he never got mad peas off that, that's him, fam.
That's
you know
his
what
legacy,
I mean?
bro.
That's his legacy.
And then look, we grew up and rep that.
Exactly.
And what the oldest before us repping, you see what I'm trying to say?
Exactly.
It's mad, isn't it?
That is the maddest thing ever,
I saw the
bro.
same thing what you're saying, because I remember Johan bring it up and when we had the thing and our podcast, and bro, I said he's not lying. Staxx ain't lying. He's deep, because I researched it. I said I've got to know, like he said.
I had to as soon as I saw that, because it's so easy to research now.
Henry Tulse and then, but when I checked, I went deep. I can see William Tulse, this and that. I'm like, huh, what's this? And I'm checking it, and it's the same thing, exactly what you're saying. Like the area is named after a slave trader, bro. You get me?
Yeah, and I don't know if he was actually a slave trader or if he was just a director of do you know what I mean? Of a company.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? That done slave trading. But obviously it's the same thing.
We know where we are as well, innit?
But I just want to be as specific as possible.
Innit? We know where we are. We're in UK, in England. So,
or things like that make you remind you.
Yeah, of course. Wakes man up, fam. Like, man's a walk, fam. Like, that made man wake up.
That's deep, fam. Like, man's like Tulse. You know what I mean? People get at you just because you're from there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Real talk, fam. Real talk, fam.
Yeah, certain man would have done that.
Yeah, at that time. But I probably would
forearms
have.
and that. You know what I mean?
I definitely would have.
Toes on one side and heel on the other side. I know
Yeah.
there's one person, you know, one young youth did that.
You could keep
Don't
the hill.
lie.
Nah, I'm just saying.
You could keep the hill, but the toast would be a mad thing.
Yeah, the hill will be alright.
I believe it. I believe it.
Yeah, fam. So
What do you think of like in the ends? I've asked everyone this question. Do you think the fatherless homes have an impact on how you're functioning in the area?
definitely, bro. Definitely. Like, I got one bar and it's like, no dads in the households and my friends on the ends for the most part. My bro's dad was a pastor, but he still passed out grams of the crow buds. You know what I mean? There, fam?
Jeez.
Like, when you think about it, fam, how many of the homes that you went in, there was a dad in it?
It's true.
You know what I mean? Mike's, you know, couple man, do you know what I mean? Couple man still, but that was the exception.
Yeah.
You know what I
Real talk.
mean? That was the exception if you saw a dad in the house. So you know that's going to play a big part, fam, because raising a family is a hard thing, fam. You know what I mean? It's a very hard thing, bro. So doing that on your own, it's mad. It's hard, bro. You know what I mean? So that's stress. That's like, you know, people wanting love and not getting it. You know what I mean? So then that's a lot of things come from that, fam. You know what I mean? Obviously, and then it's about like if you got a big family or not. Because if there's a big family, then it's like it's all support. You know what I mean? There, fam. Everyone can pitch in. You know what I mean? But if you're just on your own, that's when it's, you know, it's even harder. You know what I mean? But yeah, fam, there was hardly, not many dads about, fam. You know. But a lot of people have relationships with their dad. Like, I've always had a relationship with my pops. You know what I mean? We got a good relationship. You know what I mean? Because certain times I went and lived with my dad as well. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, a relationship is about time spent in it. Obviously, like me and you, we ain't seen each other for time. You know what I mean? But now we're together and it's just the same, fam. You know what I mean?
It's
because
It's love.
you know what I mean, there,
That's
fam. So it's like, you know, certain man had dads around, but like not in the home as well.
What about the elders on the estate? Do you think they were good role models?
Boy, they done the best they could, man. They done the best they could, fam.
Yeah.
Because, you know what I mean, a lot of like us are coming from like a crazy lifestyle or different, you know what I mean,
That is
fam?
true.
Like man's literally getting, that's what you're seeing every day and that, fam. Like that's you. You know what I mean? That's how you was raised. So it's like they done the best they could with in that sense. And then, you know what I mean, like I think it was a balance though, man. There was definitely a balance because, you know, as crazy as some of the things were that happened, like there was still a genuine love. You know what I mean? There was still a genuine love. So, yeah, bro.
Also, what age did you start spitting? What age did you start spitting?
Properly, like around. Cause man was like my first memory of music is like when my mum took man was going to some, I don't know what it was, bro, but like my mum wanted to do a song in it. Do you know what I mean? So everyone was kind of doing instruments out of my siblings. Do you know what I mean? So my bro was on the drums. This is when my younger brother worked. I don't think he was old enough to do anything, but my older bro was on the drums. Next bro was on the keyboard. My sister was doing like backing vocals or something. So the only thing I could do is spit bars, you know.
That's mad. So you grew up in your whole family was like doing something.
Yeah, like my mum, like, because obviously through church and that, like my mum was singing at church and whatnot, and my brother used to play drums at church. And then my younger brother started playing drums at church, and then my other brother played guitar a little bit, he still does a little bit. You know, so that musical thing was always there for me. And then obviously my dad, bass player, you know what I mean, fam? So that was there from early, bro. That's definitely
No.
yeah.
What would you say? If you could say there was one incident in your life here that you remember that wasn't a bad incident, it was a good incident. What would you say it was?
A good incident. So something
Positive.
that's like
Something.
an oxymoron, isn't it?
No.
No?
A good something good that happened.
Just
when you
something
was,
good
yeah,
that
like a good
happened.
memory that you have when you was younger.
Oh, well, that seemed like a hard question because there's so many probably.
That's why. That's why.
A good memory from younger. I don't know. I just have random memories from youth. Do you know what I mean? I'm going like I'm old. You know? From youth, you know. My auntie took man to one parade thing one day, fam, when I was younger. I just remember like just random things like that. It was just a good day out, got ice cream and that. Do you know what I mean? Like the Queen was going past or something like that. Obviously, it was just a big thing. You know what I mean? And maybe it was the first time I don't know, fam. I don't know, but yeah, that comes to mind for some reason. Fam.
When did you? Because I know you took a break from music. When did you get back into it?
I got back into it in like the Dipset sort of D Block sort of times.
We bust you on D Block.
You gonna say you?
Don't try. You know he bust you. You know he bust
You
you.
bust me on D Block.
And
Of course I did.
And I bust you.
No, don't try.
bust you
Get
on
out of it.
Styles P,
Get out of
bro.
it. Get
I
out of
bust
it.
you on Styles
Allow
P.
it.
Don't lie.
Allow
I'm the hardcore Styles P fan.
Allow
You
it.
know that, bro. I rang him to the concert. You know, I was like, yeah, Styles is performing.
But which one? Which one's that? What is that?
Hammersmith, bro. Me and you, Bear Man. Juice fell asleep in the concert
In the concert.
before the Styles came on stage.
Is that Ladbroke
It
Grove?
was me, you, Baller, Juice. Yeah, it was like Hammersmith, Ladbroke Grove sides, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I bust him as well. So he bust you on D Block. Go on. Anyway,
Boy,
say it,
if
say
a
it.
man busts you on D Block, you gotta respect that man for
Yeah.
life. Still, I'm not
Bust
gonna
him,
lie,
bust him.
fam. You have to.
I bought Ghost. No. You know what happened? Do you remember there was a shop in Streatham? Yeah, it used to sell kind of like designer clothes. I don't know if you don't remember it, man. It was right where the
Enzo.
D'Enzo. Or
D'Enzo.
something,
yeah. How do you remember that?
What do you mean? How's that?
Old school. It's your fizzy, fam.
No, bro, because I forgot the name. I remember the shop, but I forgot the name. So they sold their mixtapes on CDs, and I went in there one day and I was just looking for something to buy. I just had this little bit of money on me, and I said, "Well, I need to buy this Ghost Stories."
Ghost Stories.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was my first mix. And then I went to the ends with that, and I started playing it. And then this guy was like, "Well, I know about D Block." I was like,
Oh,
"Give me-"
right. You see what I'm trying to say? I know about D
Stop,
Block.
hold
Go
up. I said, "Have you got this?" He said, "No." I said, "You don't know about D Block, then."
Ghost Story, they didn't have that.
So I said, "Bro, you want to listen to this?" He said,
Yeah,
yeah. I lent it to him,
remember.
got it back like a week later. And then I think I came to your house, and I said, "Bro, listen to this." And he was like, "Oh my God, who's this? He's got bars." I was in your room. These mad memories that I remember. Man's in your room, chilling. Mo's on the bed trying to sleep. I don't know why. He's trying to sleep. It's daytime. And we're listening to Styles P, bro. Mad. And then we went to the garden, whatever. I'm saying. Mad memories, bro. Mad memories.
Yeah, man needs to do a tune with Styles, fam. Putting that out there. You get me?
Trust.
Because yeah, that's one of the main people that inspired man to rap. You know
bro,
the way there,
same
fam.
with me,
Because the Ghost, fam, and you know, like the more conscious Ghost, where it's like when he's on them beats, like the key, like them sort of tunes. There, it is the key to all the door. Hey, poops.
Yeah, come on, Boobs and Mario and the Super Mario and that.
Yeah,
But
fam.
he knows anyway, because one time he was going raving, yeah.
Why are
I'm
you
not
gonna
gonna
say?
bait you up too much, yeah.
Why are you gonna
but
say that same
He
story?
doesn't know the story. Did you tell him? Did you tell him what behaviour he was up to? So obviously the guy
What's this
raving.
about? Yeah.
It was me, him, my Reggie and Baller. I was living in Kennington at the time, innit? The guy raving. We're in the car playing the Phantom. Remember the Phantom Menace? The Styles P mixtape that he put out, the Phantom Menace.
What tunes is on that?
It was like a mixtape he just had, but I just remember the tune that this guy, bro. We're in the car. So I remember I got the mixtape. I put it in the car. Said, "Baller, play that." You was in the front, whatever. The tunes come on, yeah. We're driving. We're going out to have a nice night. And then there's a tune. Styles goes, "I'm crazy. I'm local. Rhino slugs at the four at the popo." This guy, I'm like, pull it up. He's like, "Bro, if you pull it up again, I'm gonna jump out and I'm moving to anything I see on the road." Sims, you know what this story? I told Sims bare times. Man's like, I leaned over because I'm in the back seat. I leaned over, pulled it up again, bro. The man jumped out and done a mazza.
Are you talking about moving to a ting or moving?
No, bro, like Styles P, bro. Styles is getting man on grease mode. Like,
that's why I said the conscious Styles.
No, I'm talking about the better Styles.
But
he was listening
the other
to
Styles is mad.
Bro, you see, that's what I'm saying. That's what Astaxx, fam. We was listening to the mad Styles, bro. The mad D block. Remember, the youngers called it T block, bro. Where did they get that from?
Yeah.
Because man corrupted them. Man's like, yeah, they're the best. So he said, if you pull this tune up again, yeah, I'm jumping out on something and I'm looking to, and the rest was history. We had to go back home because obviously Donny was driving. Madness has happened. He said, yeah. So you were in the night because of Styles P, bro?
No, it wasn't me because they weren't letting us into the club anyway.
No, before we didn't even get to the, we pulled up the tune.
We got to the back of the club and then they said something about they're not letting no one else in.
He jumped out.
Yeah, I remember.
And that was the end of the night. Because Donny said, raw, my number plate's hot. Like, you turn something cold or whatever. I don't even want to bait more. So,
I don't remember that.
But that's an interesting thing because that's like, you know, people always have the argument of like, does music influence people?
100%. 100% it does. 100% it does. 1,000,000% it does.
This is the advert for music influencing people.
Bruv, 100% it does. Let me tell you why, yeah? Bruv, I used to play Young Jeezy in my room, yeah? I don't know what album, Thug Motivation, one of them albums, yeah? And I'm bagging up bare drawers. I'm just sitting there. And I'm thinking that this music, I'm actually him, whoever he says. I'm in old school Chevy's old white Air Forces. I'm thinking I'm the trapper of the year. In my room in my 10 bags, I'm bagging up blood. I don't know how. Brother, great. I felt like I'm the plug of the year. And then my phone's ringing. I want to tell you. What? Coming out now. Popular. I'm coming out now. Yeah, my phone's not ringing and this tune just keeps playing. I've got it on repeat. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just bagging on my scales every day. And that music just made me think I'm a trapper. I'm never going to stop trapping. Like, you lot could never stop me. I'm reeling up. Yeah, what you going on? What's going on, man? You got no more. Oh, you're a waste, man, blood. You phone them, man. That's what it made man do. Don't you get it? And that's what it does to you.
But it weren't just that, though, I don't think. I think it's that, like, plus the environment, because
that's right.
Because a lot of people, when you talk to people that are, like, from outside of our culture and that, when you talk to them about if music, like, influences people, a lot of them will say, nah, man, like, don't influence me. Do you know what I mean? But it's because they're not from that life. Do you know what I mean, bro? So to them, it's just a thing where, they'll listen to it and just turn it off.
But you
it will change their energy. It could hype them up a bit and that, but it don't mean because I'm hyped now I'm going to smack someone over, you know what I mean? It means like, I'm going to do more in the gym or like whatever, you know what I mean, fam?
Different ways.
We take it.
Influence men to want to make more music, make more bangers.
But I say that
we
to
take
say
it
this.
personally because when we was doing what we was doing and that, it's like, you're talking about what I'm doing and what I'm aspiring to, innit? Yeah. And everyone else is listening to you as well. So you must be, you know what I mean, fam? Yeah, bro.
But I say the same thing but let's say on the flip side of that, a white person that comes from the suburbs says that music doesn't influence them in any shape or form, But then you see them like slowly go into Jamaican shops and they'll go in there and say, I want a pepper steak with rice and peas with a little bit of coleslaw on the side. Now, we could say that come from a lot of influences, And then, you might even see some of these white people, they'll be singing the Vibes Cartel lyrics, word for word. Then, subconsciously, they'll be like, I like black men. Do you see where I'm going with this? It's like, you'd think that the music's not playing a big role, but it is. Because I remember like 20, 15 years ago, people used to always look down on Jamaicans. Jamaicans now at the top of the food pile. Anywhere you go, everybody wants to be like Jamaicans.
Culture. Right. I don't know if there's...
Culture sells, bro.
Smallest islands. One of the smallest islands in the world. The influence.
But the influence is it's a small place, but the influence is... It's on a large scale.
The only people that could compare to their influence is probably America.
Yeah.
And probably America would tip it just because
it's
Hollywood and that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And it's bigger. Like there's more artists.
Yeah, exactly. And they had P's to build it.
Yeah, and they had more P's probably. Yeah, because the artist obviously was working from Jamaica, working for different countries and that, innit? But yeah, I think the Jamaica is very influential to society still.
Do you think music has an influence on someone's behaviours?
It can do in some people's behaviour still. So like for instance, like if certain man are dissing man, like certain, like especially with the younger generation, if a man's doing a diss tune talking about his brethren, then obviously it's either he's gonna react in two ways. It's either if he's a musician, he's gonna do a reply back, but then obviously when he sees him, he's probably gonna get it cracking, or he's just gonna go and get it cracking on anyone on their block. Like obviously crime's gonna happen regardless of music, because obviously when we was growing up, it was different. It was grime, there was a lot of like Jaru, Ashanti, but there was still grease going on. It was like greasy times, isn't it? But music is very influential onto people's behaviours, isn't it? So I'm trying to say, like,
definitely,
how man will dress,
yeah,
how man will eat their food, like you said, with the people go to yard shops and that, because they see man, I talk about jerk chicken, or you get me, or carnival,
yeah.
So I'm saying, so
everything, bro. That's I 100% believe that, bro. Because like, you know, it's even just information, fam. You know what I mean? So it's like that's what you're getting information. Like whatever the person's saying on the record, yeah, it's a vibe and that, but there's something else as well. Do you know what I mean? Like what you actually saying? Because literally, like I'm saying that to you now. Like I could say a crazy bar now, but if I'm not rapping it, it just. If we're sitting down there and I'm just saying it to you, it's just mad.
Sounds the same effect. Yeah.
Shoot you in the head tonight. You know what I mean? Like, God forbid, you know what I mean, fam? But like, yeah, bro, it's powerful, man. And when I hear people say it's like, yeah, it's just music, man. It's just music. We just use this to get to, like, that's not why I do music. You know,
it's funny that
the power in it.
It's funny that someone would say it's just music, because you know, music for the African slaves back in the day was a way of communicating messages.
That's what I'm saying.
So I could communicate a message to you all the way up in North by this song that I made. Right. And then he'll pass it on to him, and he'll pass it on to him, and pass it on to him. Until the song comes back to you, then you'll hear something and then be like, okay, they're telling us that we can bust out now. Do you understand what I mean? It was way deeper than what it is now. Therapy, like it was like definitely. It was like people actually passing messages through the music. And you know, Jamaican culture, I always go back to Jamaican culture, because Jamaican culture has like one of the biggest influences ever, yeah?
Yeah, obviously, but, if it weren't for Jamaican culture, bro, there'd be no grime, bro. There would be no, like, you see what I'm saying? Maybe UK rap because there's hip hop in it, but there will be no, and there'll be no hip hop because it was like man from Yard that was setting up sound systems, and they come to America, you get me? They came to the UK, you see what I'm saying? Saxon sound, Coxon sound, you get me? Legends, Asher Senator, look what he done for the community, bro.
No, but I mean, Jamaican music was passing on messages back in the days that you wasn't actually paying attention to. And it's only now that I'm a little bit older and I look back and I reflect on certain things like Mama Africa. Why was they telling us about Africa? Like, why were they saying Mama Africa though? Like, you have to peep certain things as deep, you know? And they was talking about, you know, how you shouldn't be on that side of the fence. When the man them,
telling man about Babylon,
when you turn off, you know what I'm saying, Chichi man and all them thing there. They were saying these things to us, but it's only now that you see that these Chichi man now run everything. Do you understand what I'm saying? But back in the day, they were banning them out, fire upon them, because they knew that if these men come in power, they're gonna do this to the world. And now look at where we're at now. Look at where we're at now. Yeah. Your child goes to school and you can't even tell the teacher. Your child can't even come with a voiced opinion to say, I don't think that's correct. They'll say that your child has like something wrong with them. For your child to say, men shouldn't wear makeup. They'll say that your child is being taught at home hate. And you're saying, what? But my child naturally said that. I didn't even tell her to say that. That was in her nature, in her natural nature, to just look at a man and say, men are not meant to put makeup on. Girls do makeup. Do you understand what I mean? I didn't say, no one said anything to her. But now they've made it seem like something's wrong. And that child, they programmed that child to make them believe something's wrong. And the Jamaican music was counteracting this about 10 to 20 years ago, but we never realised it.
That's why a lot of them didn't get this, like Bounty Killer. Sometimes he couldn't come to UK because
Budgie.
Even Bounty Killer as well, bro. His visa was getting denied. You get me? Trying to come over UK. You ain't really seen bare Bounty Killer shows like of recent times. Like back in the days in the 90s, he would come over to a Brixton, you get me, or whatever. But now, because of certain messages they're saying out there, innit? So I'm trying to say, they like you said, they're ahead of time. You get me? They're ahead of time still. So
yeah,
I rate, you know.
I feel like it's a thing where, obviously, I'm not here to judge no one. You know what I mean, fam? I'm not here to judge no one, and you know what I mean. Incite nothing against no one, and you know what I mean, fam. Like, to me, it's a mad world that we're living in. You know what I mean? And I don't know the reasons why people do things that they do, but I'm not out there trying to judge no one. You know what I'm way there, fam. So it's like, but it's like a slippery slope when you start saying people can't say certain things on a record. Do you know what I mean? Because then where does that stop? Do you know what I mean, fam? Like I was saying to Fend earlier, like one of my Rap Diary videos from 2015 just got taken down last week, bro.
Look at that one.
Why?
Because they're saying, obviously, it was the news thing, innit?
Mm.
So I've said something about it was the bombings in France in, I think, 2015. And because of certain footage I used, but not on a copyright thing, on a messaging thing, like certain things man said and that, they were like, no, like, can't talk about, like, it was very general, like terrorism, but they're not telling man exactly what I said that was wrong. Do you know what I mean, fam?
Yeah.
So that's another thing for anyone watching. It's like, you got to download all your content, man, and you got to have that on a backup, because you never know when that can just get wiped, because that's not even your platform. You know what I mean, bro? So that's something I need to do, like, tomorrow. I'm doing that tomorrow, man. Can't be putting that sort of stuff off as well, you know what I mean?
Do you think that we have freedom of speech? Do you think there's anything called freedom of
There's
speech?
freedom, but it's not free from consequence.
Yeah,
So you could do it, you could say whatever you want,
Mm.
but what's the consequence, innit? Do you know what I mean? So yeah, there's freedom, but it's just how much you believe in what you're saying, and if you want to go, you know what I mean, like die on that hill, if you want to die, like, is this where I want to fight for? You know what I mean, fam? Because if you say it, then, you know what I mean, like, it could be peak for you, you know? So, yeah.
Deep.
Freedom ain't free, that's what they say, innit?
Yeah, it definitely ain't. What did you think of the Black Lives Matter movement that was going on in the UK?
Yeah, it's common ground is good, innit? Because that's what we're all lacking, innit? Do you know what I mean? Just, we got all bare different stuff about us and that, but there's certain things that we've all got that are similar as well and that we all want. Do you know what I mean? So whenever something like Black Lives Matter happens, people are coming together to fight injustice, you know, racism, just mad demonic people and that, and like, that's good, innit? Do you know what I mean? That's, could only be good, like, overall, you know? So yeah, like me, I think the biggest protest in that is just for us to do our own thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like if all of us was just independent and we had our own thing and that, you know what I mean? It's like what happened in society wouldn't matter as much.
Mm.
You know what I mean, bro? And it wouldn't happen as much, I don't think, because we would just be more, like, our imagery would be different. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, my daughter came home from school and she said something about, they were doing something about racism. She was 5, innit? She's 5. And she said they're doing something about racism, and I was like,
Racism at 5?
yeah, bro. For Black History Month, or was it before Black History Month?
It was not. What was it around this time, innit?
It was about
Just after
no, it was
the
about
protest,
6 weeks ago.
Did you
My son was
learn
like
that at
Mandela.
5?
Well, that's
Yeah.
calm.
Yeah.
That's calm.
Mandela
But how? But your son's a little bit older,
I
innit?
feel like
he's
they teach
free
about
still.
all.
Yeah, so he's like 8.
Yeah,
said he's
yeah,
8,
yeah,
innit?
coming up to 8, yeah.
Yeah, bro. So to me, but she was like, yeah, we had to say Black Lives Matter. Yeah, bro. And to me,
Yeah.
that's a mad thing, fam.
Yeah.
You're 5. I don't want you to be saying.
Yeah.
And I like the slogan of Black Lives Matter is great because it catches your eye or your ear. You know what I mean? It's like, it's very bold, innit, and very self-explanatory. But when you look at it as well, it feels like a bit like a victim thing, a little bit.
Of course.
Because like, why am I? It just sounds weird to even say that. Like, Black Lives Matter, but it's good. Like, but I'm just cool. We're having a conversation,
Yeah, no,
innit?
it's
You
wrong,
know what I
I'm saying,
mean?
I
But it's
agree.
like, it just, it don't sound like it's coming from a strong place, fam. It sound like it's coming from more of like a, yeah, just like not a strong place, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
That sounds
So,
rough.
So what did you do? What did you do about that?
boy, I called the teacher, innit? Well, I emailed the teacher and I was like, Well, go on, innit? But she, like, I like this teacher. Like, she's been teacher to 2 of my other children as well already. So, like, you know, emailed her, had a conversation, and she was very receptive, innit? Do you know what I mean? But I was just like, we don't, like, she should only be going to school to have fun. Numbers, communication, not, Black Lives Matter, like, that's crazy, bro, you know what I mean? So, like, nah, bro, like, and if you're gonna do, great, if you're gonna do Black history and that, but do something powerful and empowering, like, like, talk about some kings of Africa or something. Do something like that. Don't do, like, Black Lives Matter.
Like victims.
My daughter's looking at you like, what?
What
What are you talking about? Like, what are you actually? Okay, yeah, say Black Lives Matter, okay? Like, it's crazy, bro. Like, mad. So, but yeah, I just said to her, like, and if they're gonna, it's good that they're trying to do stuff. If they're really trying to do stuff, but it's like, it will be good if they will consult, like, the Black parents and that, if they want to do stuff around that. Because they're all white, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, obviously, if you're all white, how are you going to know the best way to tackle all these Black issues, fam? Not like half and half, like everyone's white, you know what I mean, fam? So, yeah, bro, but yeah, she was receptive to it and that, but, so I didn't make no official complaint or nothing, but I just had to voice my opinion. I heard a couple other parents did as well, still.
It's funny that you said that, because maybe the teacher actually thought she was doing a commendable thing, like to make the kids say something like that. That's what they probably, she genuinely thought. I wouldn't even put it past that she genuinely thought she was doing actually a commendable thing, but
the curriculum, innit?
Yeah.
Curriculum to them.
Yeah.
But
and no, you're right, bro, because the Black Lives Matter thing, it got so big that every organisation is jumping on it, like, and for their charity work for Black people and that, we just do a Black Lives Matter campaign. You know what I mean? All the footballers put Black Lives Matter in the back of your shirts. You know what I mean? Like,
put it on FIFA.
Put it on the advert. You know what I mean? From FIFA. You know, like 20 grand on, or whatever. So it's like, it just became seen as the thing to do for Black people, and that's down to, like, great work on their part. You know what I mean? Or I don't know. You know what I mean? It just grew like that. Bro.
Because obviously the way you said that, they've tried to boycott, man, innit?
Yeah.
So it's better, man, just tell man what, man, you get me, what the project, what project you're working on, or what project have you got out there, innit? Because obviously I saw the Rap Diaries, that was very powerful, innit?
Thank you, bro. So
yeah, like you said, innit? Man's always been ahead of man's time, innit? So
thank you, bro, man.
Like, what you got out there on that, man?
Boy, most recent singles is a tune called Lockdown, which is on Spotify and all that as well, and I put another tune after that called Quarantine Dreams. You get me? Just a couple little freestyles. You get me?
Yeah.
The Lockdown one in particular, it's mad, fam, cause I just kind of wrote it just naturally. You know what I mean, fam? And I just had a thing, like, when around the start of lockdown, I'm just gonna write a little something every week or whatever. You know what I mean? And just little freestyle and just put it out. You know what I mean? And then with that one there, I've done that, recorded it and that, just put it out. Then I just put a little mood video to it, you know what I mean? Yeah, just a little mood video, like no performing or nothing like that. And yeah, people just like just connecting with it, bro, like differently. People are feeling it still, so I just, instead of putting stuff out, I just kept promoting that, you know what I mean? And then I put out the Quarantine Dreams thing. But right now, man's working on 2 different projects, you get me?
Sick, see?
Yeah, so
keeping busy.
Yeah, so I'm working on something called the Lost Sessions, which is like just a collection of some of the just gems from the past.
That's right, yeah.
And then man's also working on an EP called Power,
which
is an acronym for Push On, Withstanding Everything Regardless. You get me?
Jeez.
So that's the EP man's coming out.
Repeat that again for them, fam.
Push On, Withstanding Everything Regardless. You get me? Yeah, fam. Come on.
Is
for
the
the
EP
times,
finished?
innit?
Is the EP finished?
Yeah, we're just say 8%.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But man's gonna drop this Lost Sessions thing first. You know what I mean? Couple powerful tunes on there as well. You know, I got one tune on there called Milestones, and it's with a 13-year-old young girl called Imani.
Okay.
sick singer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's produced by
up and coming talent and that's good.
Yeah, bro, but just sick. You know what I mean? Produced by a producer called Tipsy. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And I got a rapper called Ice 100 on it as well.
That's sick.
You know, and then that song there, man. I think man, I'm gonna feel that one. And then the EP, you know, it's gonna be a mad one.
Come on, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
And also, like, who's your influences with music, innit? Like, influence you. Like,
Emily Sandé, Bob Marley.
Jeez. You say Emily Sandé, yeah?
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
Emily Sandé, yeah. Tupac, Jim Jones.
Jeez, hey, come on.
Rare, of course, Rare.
Okay.
Of course, Rare.
Obviously, yeah, we used to do our tape. Remember we used to do the tapes at Dre's as well when we was cashing D4W and that?
Yeah, of course. How could I forget, bro?
Come on, that's legendary still.
That's legendary shit, bro.
There was one tape we done at your house, bro. If I ever find it,
I was
$1
there
million.
that day, I remember. I think it was all of us.
It was in Joey Stix's room downstairs, I believe.
No, that's Meth's room. That was Meth's room.
It was in Meth's room.
Yeah.
We done a tape like here.
I know it was in that room downstairs, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
That one at Dre's.
Brother, that was the best.
Yeah, because Dre used to have the spot with the decks and everything.
Yeah, he had the decks and that, on the Saturdays we used to pull up still.
Yeah.
And then one day they had the bars, like, and they were like to man, oh yeah, Clash, like, get your bars ready.
Mm.
And then Stax come link, man. We was near Winston's bit. I remember Stax was like, yeah, this is what I got.
Yeah.
Fam, the bar was mad.
Yeah.
Forget everything that boy just said. There's no time that stole the pen.
Hey, you get me?
Hey, brother.
Sleepy, go back to bed.
Sleepy, go back to bed. And you know Sleepy looked tired as well. Man looked tired. I was like, oh.
Hey, I know, innit? Because his eyes were always like that, innit?
Midge, you'll get dashed off a bridge. I was like, what?
That was you.
Yeah.
What you mean, fam? Why you trying to say now? Wait there. How did the rest of it go? Midge, you'll get dashed off a bridge.
No, you can't say them old bars now. You know the way they're fam. It was got man's name in it. But them days, cause obviously, man was Triple S, innit?
Yeah, I remember,
you know what I mean, bro? So
that was like most of the lot from what, Norwood and that?
Like Ghost Town and all that, innit?
Yeah,
so like, yeah, bro, that was, but it was, obviously it was me and Rare. I remember when Mandem brought me around, like, Mandem's like, right, yeah, come, man's gonna go and clash one you know what I mean? Man's driving, man's turned into high trees, so that's why I was thinking, right, so what is this? They pulled up at Rare's house, man. So me and Rare to clash, you know the way they're going.
Look at that, see?
But I think you might have even have got me because...
No, you mashed me up still because I wasn't ready.
No, but you had one bar and it was like, you know, like in a clash, man, not care if you're spitting all that bare bars and that. But
you
know where it would just come.
You said the bars that connect, right?
Stack, man, you will get smacked, man. Yeah, I remember that still. That hit home with the man there, you know what I mean? I'm here trying to spit all this.
Was Caps entry for this as well?
Yeah, he's like the flipping superstar.
Yeah, Caps was a star, bro. Caps was on the bar,
bro. Like,
it was like, you want to come TULSE? I was like, yeah, he's putting TULSE on the map. Like, he was on it.
He was too sick, bro.
Was on it. Was you on the radio as well?
Yeah, on top, fam.
Yeah, as well.
On top, fam. Every Thursday.
Caps was sick. That was a what's it called?
Double
duo.
tag team.
Duo.
It was Mucky as well. Was Mucky part?
Yeah, Max as well, bro. Max always had that flow from, but it's like with Mucky's flow, it was different. So you know when a man comes in here and it's like,
you don't know if he
hasn't honed it yet.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So he's just got this mad flow, but it's like, you know what I mean? Like but then certain times it just connects.
Yeah.
You know the way there, fam. But that's the mad part of man's career when you want to tell a man, but you can't tell a man how to spit because he might just be developing a whole different thing. You know what I mean, fam? Like Capo, he had a whole different style, fam.
Caps was sick.
You know what I mean? Like the punchlines, like the quality, like you heard every word. The flow was just unique, like you know what I mean? Clear, fam. And then the energy was just.
Yeah.
He was a star, fam. He was a star. Do you know what I mean? Still is. Still is a star. Big up, Caps. Trust me. Yeah, fam.
But SB, like for the youth, them innit, like coming up innit. A lot of the youth, them, like you said, like this generation's on a mad thing. Eh? Let's just be real.
Yeah.
So like, a lot of them will be watching this. You see what I'm saying? Like, a lot of them's gonna be tuning in, or someone that might come across it. So what would you say to them, innit? Like, any of them coming up that's doing music or that's on the roads? You get me? A product of their environment. What would you say to them, innit? Like,
I would say just follow your heart. Find, like, you got access to the most information that we've ever had access to. So use the information in the right way as much as possible, and just try your best to do the right thing, innit? You know what I mean? Yeah, that's literally it, bro.
and what would you say to like anyone, like, for instance, like, that's even coming out of like a prison environment, yeah, and they're stuck, or you know, they don't know what they're doing. Like, what would you say to them as well? Because a lot of men have come out of jail, they're lost, they have no guidance. You see what I'm trying to say? Like, when we was young, we used to go youth club and that. So like, what would you even say to them guys as well? You get me? Because it's like a different angle now. Because we talk about the youth, them. What would you say to like even people like that are our age as well? Because a lot of them still kind of cool. What would you say to them as well? What's the message for them?
Just don't give up, man. You know what I mean? Don't give up. Yeah, bro, just don't give up, man.
Yeah.
Don't give up, and just that idea that you got in your head, just do it. You know what I mean?
Nah,
just do the idea that's in your head, because we all get ideas and that we should do. You know what I mean? From that we should be creating, and that things that we should be calling.
That's right.
But we don't because of ego or laziness or whatever. So just do them good things that you got in your head and just don't give up, man. You know what I mean?